Good afternoon. Now that you've finished up your practice assignment, let's start looking ahead to class. From experience, Google Drive can get pretty messy if you're not careful. So let's come up with a way that we can keep our work organized so that if you need to go back and find a folder or find a recipe or find a photo, you won't need to hunt and peck. You'll know right where to look. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make what's called a folder tree in order to keep everything nice and organized so you'll be able to find things relatively easily. And the way that we do that is we're going to make a new folder and we're going to call it Escoffier. We're going to make it right here alongside our practice folder. The practice folder can hang out there. That's totally fine. We're going to open up the Escoffier folder and we're going to make a new one for the program that we're in. So let's say, for example, if we're in the culinary program, we're just going to make a folder marked culinary program. If you were in the pastry program, you would make one labeled pastry program. So we're going to hit create. Then we're going to drill down one more in order to, now you can see we're in the Escoffier folder in the culinary program. We're going to make one new folder, and it's going to be called CU 101. This is just the name of a class that you guys will get the opportunity to go into in the culinary program. Again, if you were in the pastry program, you would call it BK 101. But we're going to go ahead and hit create. And you can see that we have the CU 101 folder here, and it is ready for more content. So once we drill down, what we're going to do is we're going to make one more new folder, and we're going to call it week 1. And that's just sort of like a placeholder for right now. Let's say, for example, you get into week 1 and you learn what you're making for that week. You can actually rename this folder in order to make it even easier to find. And the way that you do that is you right-click on the folder, and then you scroll down here to rename. And so we'll be able to rename this one week 1 knife skills. And so basically what this does is it allows you to sort of like sort out your photos and your assignments in general week by week. And so let's say you've done week 1, you've gotten your 100%, you're going to go to, for week 2, create a new folder, and we're going to call it week 2. And you can do this sort of like as you're making assignments, as you're filling them in order to do 1 week at a time. Another trick that you can do is you can also just sort of like make out all the weeks for a given class, and that way you'll be covered and ready when it gets time to start submitting, or when it gets time to start doing assignments. And so basically this sort of like fills out the entirety of the block, and you'll be done. You'll just have to sort of like change the names of things. And so as you can see, it doesn't take a whole lot of time in order to get this sorted out. Again, this is just an option. You can also do it week by week as you're doing assignments, but you can see sort of like where I'm at right now. It's not taking a ton of time, and it gets you in a situation where it's one less thing to worry about down the line. You know what I mean? And I like putting myself in a situation where you have less to worry about. So, and basically this is the point, you know what I mean, is it gives you one less thing to worry about. So you can see right here, we're done. I have all 12 weeks. Week 2, you can change the name of it in order to call it, you know, the item. I'm not sure what week 2 is in this class, if I'm being honest, but if it turns out that you're making rice pilaf, you can change the name of it. And now when you come back to your CU 101 folder, you'll know what every week is. And so if you're looking for that killer rice pilaf recipe because somebody wants you to make it for them, you'll know CU 101 week 2 rice pilaf. Easy to find. You know what I mean? So that's sort of like a trick that you can use in order to keep your work organized, because try to think about your work not necessarily about as just Escoffier assignments. You're building a portfolio that you'll be able to use to reference items that you've made in the past. You can use it to share what your items will look like with potential clients, and you'll be able to use it if you're applying for a position that requires a portfolio. You know what I mean? So I hope that that helps. Same as always, if you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to shoot me a text message. I'll be happy to help out any way that I can. Okay? It's like I said, I hope that that helps. Take care and have a great rest of your day.